engaging, persistent. And there we go. We're live in the Facebook group. All right. Welcome to another edition of Tech Talk. If you're super cool and you're in the nerdly community, you get to hang out with me on Zoom. Well, they get to see the whole behind the scenes situation going on here. So today we are diving into, and actually let me do this so I can do window that one. Okay. So today we're going to be diving into quiz funnels. So if you've used a quiz funnel, let me know in the chat what you've done, how that's worked for you. And really the reality of quiz funnels is that this is a way to be able to have a client self-identify, right? Because in a quiz funnel will allow you to ask specific questions and have the client tell you where they're at. Whether you're a coach, consultant, or service provider, this kind of strategy is going to really help you understand your audience better and guide them to the perfect offer. So show of hands to my Zoom, my cool kids in the Zoom room. All right. Who has more than one offer, right? And it's important to know, like, you can't offer the same thing to client A as you could client B, because half the time it's one offers either like way priced out of where they're at in business, or it doesn't offer the same solution, right? For a while I was offering both tech and wellness support, right? So don't want to offer a tech client a wellness solution or a wellness client a tech solution, because that is just not the match. As well as when you're using these quiz funnels, you're able to identify what they think the problem is, right? Because I know one of the big things that happens is what you're saying and what they think how you're telling them to solve the problem and what they think the problem is are not even the same language, right? So it's really important to be able to understand, excuse me. It's really important that we are all speaking the same language, right? And actually you guys can just we can all just hang out. We're talking at this point, right? And the people who are watching on Facebook, they just get to see me, and they're just not in the cool club. They're not in the cool kids club. So let me focus. It's been a day. So why are they effective, right? First off, they're engaging. Everybody loves to learn about themselves and solve problems. Who doesn't want someone else to ask them questions and be like, hey, you know what? Now I know this is you, right? There is a significant mental load people have dealing with on an everyday basis. So if you get to take the mental load off and give them some dopamine in exchange, right? They're like, yeah, this is great. I'm going to do this, right? And I know I'm aging myself, but that it used to be the thing. And even now you still see people posting, oh, I'm a Hufflepuff, or, oh, I took this quiz and I'm XYZ, right? Like, people love that. And not only will they take the quiz, but they're going to send that and they're going to post it on social media, right? So when you're doing these quizzes, you gotta also remember, like, whatever that you're presenting it to them, make sure that it's being presented in a way that is affirming in some fashion, right? We don't want them to take the quiz and be like, well, looks like you're a dum-dum. Like, that's not the answer, right? We want to affirm them as a human being, as well as provide them insight and guidance, right? Something that they can take with them and that makes sense, right? So for example, right, we want to have a hook, right? So let's get into the anatomy of a quiz funnel, right? The hook of that's your quiz title. For example, what's your business growth personality, right? Or are you ready to scale? You want to make that irresistible, right? You want to make it so, oh, you know what? Yeah, I want to know my business. I mean, I want to know my business growth personality, just like absolute chaos. Right? So, like, it's something that is not just going to speak to them, but something that is shareable, right? Because you really, like, if you do this well, everybody's going to want to share it on social, because it's a cool, it's a cute, it's a fun, right? So And then we want to dig into the questions, right? So these are designed to collect data while being fun and engaging. So you want to keep them short and aligned with the insights you need. Now, if you give me a question and I got to read a paragraph, guess what? I'm gone. I'm out. I ain't doing it. You are now asking me to work, right? So we want to keep this as short and fun and engaging as possible while being aligned with the data we're trying to extract, right? And I'm going to be super, super, super real. We're data mining. I want you to own it. You are data mining with a quiz. Because if you are not coming with it with the right headspace, that I need to extract XYZ data, and we are going to make this fun. We're going to make it engaging. We're going to make it shareable. But if you don't come at this with the right headspace and the right intention behind the words you use, you're not going to get the results you're looking for, right? This is just a way nicer way of data mining than what the big tech companies do, because we have a little funsy in it, right? You know, we're not going to go down that rabbit hole, Colleen. It's fine. So then we come down to the results. The results should feel personalized, right? We want to make sure that we use the results to lead the participants to the next step, whether it's booking a call, joining your email list, or purchasing an offer. Now, first off, they should be on your email list just because they submitted it. So that's a done deal, right? Because we want to be able to capture their information to give them, it's an exchange of information at this point, right? And we do want something. What is going to be on that result page? You know, what's going to, then you want to think about what's the follow-up from that, right? What is the email and SMS sequences that you're going to send them, right? Do you want to have a, you could even make it a mini course where it's just you and a short little video where you're talking about each of the result options, right? Or even just you're talking about the result option for them, right? Like, how cool would that be that you take this quiz? Oh, hey, I get access to this module. The module is literally the same thing that you're going to have on the result page anyway, right? But now this is in a format that A, we're training them to go log into a module. B, right? They can see, you can have things as an upsell inside that course module. I was talking about this on last night's open office because I got caught on Zoom. And, my girls Bonnie and Elizabeth were there. So, I can't leave without talking to them. So, but one thing I do when someone ever enters my ecosystem, I gift them, I gift them my Chrome Hacks lead magnet, which is a training where I do a deep dive into all the Chrome extensions, the different bookmarks I use, the way I laser focus my Chrome setup. That used to be a video in my Facebook group, and I still direct them to it, but I give them access to that module because I list every paid course as an upsell from that. So just because they got this free thing, now the in-app upsell is available to them for anything else. Total side note, however, I did want to make sure I got this on a live thing that's going to be in the client portal for everybody. So does that track for everybody? Like where we're at so far, right? We got to have the hook, the questions, the results, and the follow-up, right? Thumbs up, something? Yeah, okay, great. Hey, Spicy Bread, take that immediate feedback. It's great. It fills my soul, folks. Okay, so crafting questions that convert, right? So here's the secret sauce about this is ask questions that balance curiosity with qualification, right? So for example, a business coach, let's think about this, right? What's your biggest challenge in scaling your business, right? How many hours a week do you currently spend on lead generation? These are going to give you insights into their pain points. They're not super sexy, so you can play with it, right? Like, what's your vibe in your business, right? Are you on team woo-woo? right? Or are you like, what's your branding? Like we're nerdly, so we lean into nerds and the nerd vibe, right? So it could be like, how many hours a week do you nerd out on lead gen, right? Or if you're a wellness practitioner, right? How many hours a week do you invest in your personal self-care, right? Something that is like, aligned with your brand messaging, as well as asking the question in a way that's aligned, right? Because if this just sounds like something that's pulled out of ChatGPT, raise your hands. Who's going to answer the quiz questions? Nobody. Nobody wants to, right? Okay, so, and then once you have your quiz built, right, you can use it in your email campaigns, social media ads, and even as like a landing page, right? So this could be one of the things that you have them do when they join your Facebook group, right? This could be in your pinned welcome post, right? And your welcome message be, hey, have you seen the welcome post with our quiz? Take that quiz and let me know, and I'll give you there's a lead magnet associated, or that could be part of the post. Like, hey, welcome to our awesome group. We have a quiz to help this way, quiz so that you can figure out which of our trainings you get that's going to help you move forward, right? Some verbiage along those lines. And this way, that is taking the membership request questions to a whole nother level, right? Because we already use those member request questions to help self-identify, right? And sometimes there's issues. Sometimes they don't answer them right. It's a thing. And now when you're using these quizzes, these are now going to allow you to excuse me. They're going to allow you to have a lot more data about your clients, right? Because say you have a quiz, say it's like 4 questions on a page and you have a couple pages, that's going to give you a lot of data about them, right? That's going to allow you to curate your communications moving forward. That's going to allow you to know, okay, well, of these latest 100 people that came through, only 10 of them said that they were low on lead gen. So maybe lead gen isn't the focus, right? All that. Here we go. We got a comment from one of my favorite nerds. Yes. So we're excited to get our quiz funnel, quiz launch, so that we can do all these podcasts and summit guest expert trainings. And you have a lead magnet to share besides your Facebook group. Oh, and you have, yes. And it's super helpful, especially if you do podcasts, right? How fun is that? Be like, I've got a quiz for you. Like, if you're guesting on other people's podcasts, it is a lot easier to say, I've got a quiz and get engagement than if you say, I've got a free Facebook group. Everybody has a free Facebook group, right? I mean, they're great. People are still going to join it. Don't get me wrong. But getting that quiz, you have that. It's a psychological dopamine hit, right? I don't know if you guys, you haven't heard me talk much. That is a big deal in my life. And I will talk until the cows come home about how effective it is when you can give someone a little dash of dopamine. They're going to be, it's those micro yeses, right? Every click on your quiz, they're giving you a micro yes, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's a great way to provide additional value to the audience that you're getting in front of. Okay, so shall we dig in? Do we want to play with the new tools? Okay, did I mute myself? Did it mute?
Yeah, you were muted.
Oh, thank God. Thank God. Okay. I think I tried. I'm trying, man. I'm trying. It is definitely today is not the winning day of Colleen. I've had worse, but it's not great. Okay, so let me share my screen over here. So there's a couple of different ways that you can do this, right? I'm in the social plan, great. And also, just so everyone knows, right? The Lead Connector mobile app, please go to your app store and update it because now you can do social posting from your mobile app. So that's kind of a big deal because it allows you to take the content and get it across all of the platforms. And even if you post it natively, you're going to be able to see your stats, whether it's posted here or not. Right? So that is pretty cool. Oh, did that post actually go out today? Oh, that's funny. I think it did. So I was playing with our AI tool. It 100% just posted that random post. Yeah, it did. It did. The National Suckling Pig Day. Yeah, apparently today's National Suckling Pig Day. And I 100% just I posted this morning because I was playing around with it yesterday. Okay. Let's get into this. Oh, and they move things again. That's fun. Is under sites. Let's go over to sites. Here we go. So I will tell you, there right now, you're at the to do what I'm 90% sure everyone here wants to do, which is where you do a cumulative and then redirect. The quizzes are not there yet, right? And they're a little bit different than traditional custom fields, right? So there are two ways to build a quiz, right? Because what we say is what we're talking about is a quiz funnel, and what high level uses is words, not always resonating in today's training, right? So if you're trying to do a cumulative quiz where you're adding up the questions with different variables, right? Like question 1, you could get 1 point, 2 point, 3 point, 4 point, right? I'm just gonna go through and we're gonna go in here. We're gonna just do this. What questions do you guys have while we're here? All right. So this does give you a lot more customization on here than you would in the survey, which is nice, right? Because if what's really interesting is that these are not your traditional custom fields, right? So they are filterable differently, right? And that is the biggest thing that I am still I'm meeting with the product developers. So because this is a huge, to me, disconnect between where they're at and what it's supposed to do. Because now say if I come here, quiz drop down question, right? And then quiz answer 1, right? Now I'm giving categories, right? Test, right? And then answer 2, I'll put this in test, and then option 3, put that in test, and then option 4, and I'll put this in test 2. So you can have categories of math as well as your overall, right? So this is going to save us a lot on the math. However, right, it's not going to be custom fields, right? So that is a huge, huge difference, right? Are you guys picking up what I'm putting down about the difference between a quiz question and a custom field? So earlier, let me go here. You guys seeing the new tab, right? You guys are seeing the whole window, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
yes.
Earlier we were talking about smart lists, and this is why, see, I knew there was a reason why, I just didn't use the right words at the time. So here, I could come and take this I could say I take this custom field, right? Kate, what's a custom field that's a question?
Drop down any of those categories and see where there's a question. VIP setup will definitely have one.
No.
Well, these here. Never mind. You could probably just type in the word like
Here,
for example. Yeah.
there we go. Yeah, you see, McKenna coming in hot. I appreciate that, right? So here, you can take a custom field. So you can take your custom fields and bring them in and then give them category and score, right? But if you create it in the quiz with these quick add quiz questions, they are not custom fields. Now, I could come over here and say, which payment processor do you use, right? In a smart list. Right? And I can filter down by this. But if I come over to this quiz drop-down question, oh, it is over here now. Okay, well, hot dog, folks. Wait, hold on. I'm excited. Oh, I love it when I complain to when I tell the developers what needs to happen, they actually do it. I mean, it would be great if they told me, but you know, I'll take it. And so then the other one last question about it is if I can use this as a trigger field updated. Ooh, you guys have no idea because I was really worried about having to deliver some super sad. Yes. Okay. They did it, you guys. Okay, seriously. I was gonna have to like walk y'all through how to do things in the OG quiz funnel way because they weren't actually using true custom fields. They were using quiz fields, which were not filterable, and they don't work the same way as a custom field. So they merged them, which is exciting and phenomenal. Okay. All right. This just got 10x better, y'all. This got so much better. Okay. So now we have categories, right? So we can decide, are we doing this math for overall, or do we want to have subcategories, right? So I know, is Laura on here?
Laura, right? No,
Yeah.
she's not.
Okay.
She's still good. She's a good test subject.
Yeah.
Well, so just so you know, we were on a call on Open Office with Cassie, and at that time, week and a half,
I know.
last week, the math wasn't working. They have it there now. They have updated things because I've been messing with this almost twice a week.
We're working on getting our own change log so that you guys get the updates as soon as they come out.
So, Laura needs to know.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Laura's gonna be so excited. Laura.
Work around, and she's like, okay.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
So hyper.
You guys. Okay. I'm very excited. Hold on. Let me put some oils on. I'm freaking out a little bit because I was having a really rough day, and then I thought I was going to have to come on and teach you guys this really, really frustrating way of having to do crazy math and then like leave y'all disappointed. But now we don't have to. We're doing it. Okay, cool. So, okay, now I got to build quizzes. I'm so excited. So we can use our pre-existing questions, which is phenomenal, right? Because what's cool about that is, what if you already know the answer? What if they have already filled it out before, right? Then that information will already be there for them, right? So that's also, that may not be what you want it to be. So be aware of that, right? So if you want to reuse pre-existing custom fields and you don't want those fields to be showing, Lisa, if you did anything in the OG way, honestly, throw it out. It's the worst. I mean, I hate it. I hated the way we had to do it. It was so painful. And unless you waterfalled them, which I mean, we ended up having it where our quizzes would take hours to finally do the math, because you couldn't do math on groupings until you knew this math was done. And then you had to wait until it was so bad. It was so bad. We just didn't use it. Okay, so let's talk about this. So say if you want to have a couple of questions in page 1, right? So let's call this lead gen, right? Show of hands, who's here? Everyone here in some sort of business coaching, right? Yeah. Okay. I just want to make sure I'm using the right language. All right. So we're going to call page 1 lead gen. And so now on this page 1, now you could do this across multiple pages and just use the options of the categories, right? So we're going to call this lead gen, sales, retention, someone give me a fourth.
Lead gen, sales, retention, and onboarding.
Yes. Let's just move these the other way around because, okay, cool, right? Those are basically four main pillars of like someone that's dealing with businesses, right? So here we're coming down into page 1, right? So you could have all your lead gen questions on page 1, or just make sure that you're using, and you can even mismatch. Oh, that's sexy. That's sexy. Okay, so think about this. You could have question answer 1. You could do all sorts of things there. Oh man. This just sparked my brain hole. So you can have one question saying, what is your biggest pain point, right? And you could say lead gen, right? Or it could be sales, right? It could be onboarding, right? And it could be retention, right? Do you guys see how, like, even in the one question, so this is so dynamic, you guys. Okay, I don't know if y'all are nerding out as much as I am right now, but oh my gosh, am I not sharing? I was sharing the wrong tab. All right, so no, it's okay. You know what? Hey, it's on them. They just need to be in the nerdly community, and they get to actually be here on Zoom, and they get the replay in the client portal with SOPs. 100% this will work for your political campaign polls. Absolutely. Yeah. So we also have a comment about, this makes me really happy. I want to have a clarifying question first that asks them about where they are currently in their own branding journey, and then based on their answer, take them to either the more beginner or the more advanced. Yes, exactly. 100%. So again, so say you have a category of advanced, right? Or nerd plus, right? As we call it, right? So we could also then identify, right? We say we have a page over here. We're going to call this one nerdlings for our baby nerds. And then we're going to have another page here. And we're going to do this. We're going to rename this to advanced. Or plus, right? Because again, if someone is at, like, again, with multiple offers, right? Multiple tiers of solutions you provide, you don't want to give everyone the same questions, right? If I had exactly. It's like Dragonlings. It's some nerd stuff over here, folks. It's a nerd day. Oh, I feel so much better. So having the different directions allows you to curate their journey. all of this is about curating the client journey experience in the first place, right? Because you want to be able to ensure that you're meeting them where they are, you're using the words that make sense to them. If I started talking to y'all about DNS and all sorts of backend tech stuff, only a handful of you would even know what I'm asking, right? Yet that's a realistic question. Yes, the quiz will do the math for you. So let's get into this, right? So over here in your options, you want to give them the score, right? So you can do the math by the category, and they'll also do the overall. So let's go over here so we can kind of see. Now, the one difference I will say here that doesn't, well, it did not, we'll see what happens, is that, there we go.
I don't think you added a score to anything.
No, I did not. That tracks. Okay. Oh, yeah, I guess that's give you a 1, 2, 3, 4. And then if we go here, we're going to jump to let's go over. Let's just do this. Single choice. And then we're going to put in option. We're going to do this overall only. And then we're going to do overall only. Right. Advanced settings. So the custom field name on there. Save that. And then over here on the results template. So we can decide how we want to present this, right? So we have the 4 sections. So you can see what they scored for each section, right? And then where are we going here? So what I would do as well on here, because this is saying just to subscribe. No, we don't want to do that. All right. I see it. They changed so much. I love high level. It's really helpful for the spicy brains because there's always something new every single day. The menus move, things change. I'm like, no, but I actually moved the menu over here. And then they change it on me. Like, okay, cool. I will, man makes plans. Tech laughs. Rahaha. Okay. So on here, we want to make sure that we are asking the basic name, email. Oh, it doesn't even seem like I have. It doesn't seem like I have access to the basic name fields.
Those would be in Quick Add.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. Also, just so folks know, right? How many emails does everyone have? Like 30 email addresses, right? So if you collect phone numbers, 10 out of 10, stick with phone numbers. You can also, let's see, do we have sticky contact as an option here? I will look into that if it is. I'm assuming it's over here. So on submit, right? You can do open to a URL. Okay. All right, I'm gonna look into that because what I want, I don't like this result page. That's not pretty. But what I want is I want to be able to redirect to a specific URL based on their results. Sticky contacts.
Question, Colleen.
Yeah.
I don't think the quiz can do this. This would be more like a survey. So if I was doing a total chakra quiz on the 7 chakras, and I had 3 questions for each chakra, I couldn't group the 3 questions for the root and give a score on the root and then the solar plexus and the sacral, blah blah blah.
You could absolutely
Would that be able to do the math there?
Yeah. So that's where, so here, if you come into the questions, right?
Yeah.
Where is it? Options.
But it would be.
So your
like,
categories would be the chakra names.
Oh. But see, the question has 4, where it's never, rarely, sometimes, often, always, and then you get a point towards those with each question.
Right, but then you put them in a category. Right? So say you have a
That's
category.
how I'm seeing it.
Yeah.
I was showing, maybe I should show you what I was thinking of. Maybe I'm doing it wrong, because I'm building
So-
it as you're doing it, because I'm doing it.
As spicy brains is what we do. Okay, so if I come here, right, they're gonna have that. I'm gonna answer the question. Okay, well, whatever. Right,
Go back to what you're doing. You can look at my stuff later.
right. So, but each of these questions, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? This question, like, I mean, each of these questions, it's also telling you this is gonna go get in the overall only or overall plus your lead, your chakra, right? So you're going to be able to tell them overall how they're doing with all their chakras, as well as like, so this lead gen of score of 1, 2, this question, right, is call this a 1, 2, 3.
Okay, I think I'm still not understanding with how I.
Right. So this whole question would be the one same category. Right. This question is about this one chakra. Right. And then we're going to
drop down would be never, sometimes, always, often.
right.
Gotcha.
Right. So
I think I need to change it. Let me go change it.
never.
Okay, I was misunderstanding.
Yeah. That making sense, everybody? Lara, Caitlin, you're actually here in real time, so I want to make sure that we're moving the needle forward. And I will have a whole actual SOP with like this video broken down better and mini bits with it. Is this tracking for you ladies on how to leverage the quiz? I know Bridget's excited. Caitlin, Lara, thumbs up at least. Are we tracking? Is it all right? Cool. So I know this was a lot, and we kind of went a bit all over the place. So I do want to dig into this results page a bit, right? So we do this. We're gonna go do Colleen, and we're gonna say option 3. And that, oh, right, because it sent me to the, interesting. Kate, do you want to pull up our old survey? Let's do that. Yes. Let me, actually, yeah, why don't we do that? Why don't we, I'm going to call it for today. And then what I'm going to do is, at least I'm going to stop the live stream. And then for those of you who are not in who are in the Nerdly community, we will have a whole SOP and step-by-step breakdown in the client portal for you guys, hopefully later on today. Later, nerds.